So I gotta be honest with you guys, this whole coronavirus thing is really cramping my style and my vision for this channel. My vision is to take you guys to all the places I go, and right now everything has just totally been shut down. So I've really been struggling with ideas, and I've shot videos, and I've shot a couple videos on the coronavirus, and to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to release those. I don't want to seem insensitive to the issue, so I'm just kind of staying out of the fire there. But today, I'm going to share with you guys the story about my cat George and why I had to give him a motorcycle ride. So let me start this off by saying I'm not really a cat person. Tater Tot, she has always wanted a cat. Always. But she always wanted, it had to be a boy cat, he had to be orange, and his name had to be George. Awesome. That gives me a whole list of excuses to not get her a cat. I'd take her to adoption events. She would find orange boy cats, but never named George. Awesome. Well, I was heading to Walmart one day, because all good things seem to happen at Walmart. And whenever I parked my bike, I go to get off, there was a bunch of people gathered around a car. So I go over, kind of curious what's going on, and you can hear this cat meowing. And the owner of the car, he tells me, he goes, "There's a cat stuck in the engine bay, we can't get him out." So I tell him, "Alright, I'm a mechanic, let me see what I can do." So I get in there, I can't see him, but I can feel him. He was stuck in the strut tower. He got his head stuck in a hole in the strut tower, and he couldn't get out. He was a little tiny kitten, maybe 5 or 6 weeks old. So I remove some stuff from the car, and I'm able to get him out. And as soon as I get this cat out, I look around and everybody scatters. So now it's just me sitting here holding this cat. Well, I had to go into Walmart and grab a few things, so I tucked him inside of my jacket and went into the store and grabbed the couple things I needed. And while I'm walking through the store with him, a lady comes up to me and she's like, "Oh my God, your kitten's so cute." And I tell her the story of how I just came into this kitten. And you know, she's like, "Me and my husband, we rescue animals all the time. Let us buy you a carrier." So she buys a carrier for this cat. So I didn't tell her I was on a motorcycle. So I get back out to the bike and I bungee cord this carrier to the back seat, and I put this little tiny kitten who just fits in the palm of my hand into this big old cat carrier. And I've got about a 5 or 6 mile ride home. I start riding home, and this little kitten is just back there screaming at the top of his lungs. As I'm going around corners, he's flying from one side of the carrier to the other. I mean, this is not a pleasant experience for him. So we take the 6 mile ride home. I finally get him home, and I get a chance to really start looking at him. He's covered in dirt and filth, and his eyes are swollen shut. So I give him a bath to clean him up, see how he's doing. Get his eyes kind of ungunked. He can start to see a little, but he can't open them all the way. Just everything, his whole head is swollen. I don't know how long he had been stuck there. But I get him cleaned up, and I'm listening to him breathing. He's having a hard time breathing. He's got a really bad respiratory infection. So I kind of try to home remedy him for a few days, and he's getting worse and worse and worse, to the point where I'm thinking, this cat's gonna die. Like, I gotta take him to the vet. I gotta see if I can do anything about him. So I take him to the vet, this time in a car, and he does not want to go back in this carrier. He's just super clingy. Over the last few days, he wanted me to hold him all the time. He was just terrified. So I'd go to the vet. I let him sit on my lap while I drive. We get to the vet and they look him over. And the vet comes back and she tells me what's all wrong with him. And she recommends that I euthanize him. And to be honest, guys, my heart broke. Even though I'm not per se a cat person, I love animals. And I didn't want to do that. I just felt like this cat, he had a chance at life. So she writes me a prescription for some antibiotics to see if maybe we can help him a little. But she tells me, you know, like, don't expect him to live. So I start giving him these antibiotics, and within a couple days, his eyes are wide open. He's starting to breathe easier. He's starting to play. At this point, he had never played. He'd been so sick. And he just continued to get better. And we just absolutely fell in love with him. He's now almost 2 years old, and he's become my best friend. He cuddles with me all the time. He purrs like you wouldn't believe. He's probably the happiest cat you will ever meet. But the funny part in the whole thing is Tater Tot named him George. She had got the George she had always wanted. And he doesn't even like her. When she walks into a room, he hides. I'm the only person in the world that cat likes. If anyone comes to my house, he disappears. And that is a story about the time I had to give a cat a motorcycle ride. So guys, thanks for watching. If you liked today's video, give me a big thumbs up. Comment below about your pets and how you got your pet. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We're doing giveaways at 50 subscribers and 100. Follow me on Instagram for almost daily uploads. And thanks again for watching, guys. And I'm out.